Hi everyone, and welcome to Beyond Belief. I want to start by saying this isn't a podcast for people who doubt God exists. It's for anyone who does believe, but sometimes finds it hard to actually trust Him. If you've ever thought, I know God can, I'm just not sure He will. You're not broken, you're human. So wherever you are right now, I'm really glad you're here. Let's slow things down for a bit. Think things through, because clarity gives us freedom. And today, we're going to do that by walking through a few stories. Stories of people, ancient and modern, who saw God move in big ways and still struggle to trust Him. A while back, I was driving somewhere I didn't know. Not lost, just unfamiliar. I had the directions, and the voice on the GPS was calm and confident. And still, I missed the turn. Not because the system was wrong. I just thought I knew better for a second. I looked at the road and thought, this looks right. It wasn't. A few seconds later, the voice came back, calm, no judgment, and said, recalculating. No irritation, no lecture, just a gentle nudge to keep going. And that's kind of what God does. When we stray a little, He doesn't scold. He helps us find our way again. So think about your life for a second. How often have you gone off track because you thought you knew better? Missing a turn in a car isn't usually a big deal. Missing the path of trust in life can be huge. Here's the thing. Most moments where our faith feels shaky aren't about whether God exists. They're about trust. People often don't walk away because they stop believing in God. They walk away because trusting Him feels risky. You pray, but nothing changes. You wait, but nothing happens. You do the right thing, but it costs you more than expected. So slowly, quietly, your trust can wear down. And that's not rebellion. That's just being human. And it's exactly where Israel found themselves. Israel wasn't blind. They weren't guessing if God was real. They watched the sea open. They walked through on dry ground. They followed clear signs of His presence. And still, they asked, why did you bring us out here to die? Seeing miracles doesn't automatically make trust easy. You can witness something incredible and still feel unsure about what's next. Have you ever had that feeling? You've seen God move in your life, but the next step feels uncertain or even scary. And when we feel uncertain, we often try to control the situation. Think about how we react to uncertainty. When life surprises us, anxiety goes up. But when the same challenge is planned, we cope better. The situation itself isn't different. Only our sense of control is. You see, Egypt was predictable pain. Freedom was unpredictable trust. And honestly, most people then and today will stick with familiar pain if trusting something new feels too risky. Where in your life are you holding on to what's familiar, even if it's not helping you, because it feels safer than stepping into the unknown? Choosing freedom isn't a one-time decision. It's a small choice we make over and over. And that brings us to why we sometimes keep looking back. When Israel said, at least in Egypt we had food, they weren't praising Egypt. They were admitting they were afraid. God wasn't just leading them out of slavery. He was helping them trust differently. And that takes time. Leaving something familiar, even when it's hard, is uncomfortable. Often we long for the Egypt, not because it was good, but because it was known. Where in your life is there a familiar you're tempted to go back to, even if it isn't really helping you grow? And when waiting feels unbearable, we do things we might regret. Have you ever written an email or a message while emotional? Your finger hovers over the send button. And you know if you wait, you might see it differently. Israel didn't wait. Moses was delayed. God was quiet. And the silence felt unbearable. Impatience often makes things feel more urgent, but it rarely ever improves the outcome. Which leads us to one of the most famous things Israel did, the golden calf. The golden calf wasn't rebellion, it was impatience. They didn't reject God, they replaced him with something visible, something they could see and control. Because idolatry often starts when waiting lasts longer than trust. So think about when impatience has made you look for a quick fix instead of waiting for the right thing. Even when we say we trust God, we often keep a backup plan, just in case. Many of us say, I trust God, and we really mean it. But then quietly, we prepare a backup, just in case. Now, backups aren't bad, but when they replace reliance on God, they become substitutes. And the real question isn't, do you believe in God? It's, what do you rely on when fear rises? And God points this out clearly to Jeremiah. In Jeremiah we read, "My people have forsaken me, the spring of living water, and dug broken cisterns." It wasn't disbelief. They were trying to manage life on their own. And Paul reminds us in Romans, all have turned away. All of us, at some point, have trusted the wrong thing. That's human. Which is why it's so important to remember how we've seen God work. Think about photos. When life is hard, it's easy to forget the good moments. And photos remind us we've survived this before. Faith works in the same way. Israel needed reminders because memory fuels trust. And sometimes reminders come as delays. And we all hate delays. When traffic stops, we assume something is wrong. But sometimes the pause is actually protection. It's keeping us from running into something worse. God's waiting season can work the same way. Recognizing that leads us to a practical question. How do we stop turning back? We don't fix things by forcing it. Trust grows in small steps. Remember intentionally. Wait faithfully. Notice substitutes. Choose trust again tomorrow. Israel needed daily manna for a reason. Trust isn't stored, it's renewed. And here's the part that changes everything. God himself comes closer. Paul puts it simply in Romans, "While we were still sinners, Christ died for us." Jesus is God saying, I know trusting is hard, so I'll come closer. Not to pressure us, just to carry us. So if you've been trying to manage life on your own, this could be a moment to let go a little. You don't need more control. You need to release some of it. You might pray quietly, "Jesus, I trust you with my life. I stop trying to carry what only you can carry. Lead me, I follow you. Amen. Belief starts with faith. Trust keeps it going. And now, may your trust grow deeper than your fear. May your waiting strengthen your faith. And may you know God is still leading. From miracles to manna, God is still calling us forward, one trusting step at a time. Thank you for listening. You're not behind. You're being led. Grace and peace. Until next time, God bless.